a song I've been showing people for years, many years. This is, of course, I Am a Child by Neil Young, a song that originally appeared on the Buffalo Springfield's last album, last time around in 1968, but he's got a lot of live versions of him just playing it acoustically, and that's more the way we look at it in this lesson. He, of course, plays it with harmonica added to it in most of them. Sometimes does it at standard tuning, sometimes down a whole step, sometimes even down a half step, sometimes somewhere in between, just depending on how his guitar happened to be tuned that night. The version that we follow mostly in this lesson is the one from Live at Massey Hall, which was a 1971 recording that came out relatively recently, and especially as part of the archives program or the archives stuff that he's putting together. But to get started on this song, I have a lesson on this now at Totally Guitars. It's pretty basic strumming, hitting bass notes. So we can do the whole thing with just a strum where you're going bass, down, down, up, starting on a D minor chord, to a C chord, to A minor 7, and to F. And you really need to use the barred Fs in this case. Now, he tends to, most of the time, plays his F chords with his thumb wrapped around, playing the 6th string like that. But I don't recommend most people to try that unless you've got pretty big hands. But work on your Fs with the bars. So that's the sequence we have in the beginning. D minor, C, A minor 7, just played like just 2 fingers of a C, and F. And the intro is done with the D minor shape slid up to the 5th fret, making it a form of D major 7. Slid down to the 3rd fret, making it a G6 with D in the bass, and then landing on a D chord. And if you just kind of mess around with those chords, you'll come up with the sound that, because every time he plays this, it's half improvised. So just by piecing those together, you should be able to get a little bit of the song. Now again, I have a much more detailed lesson on this at Totally Guitars. It goes into the whole chord progression and then a lot of the options and variables that embellishments maybe is a better way to describe it. That he uses. So we also have a lot of free lessons over there if you want to get started with some easier things. This is not really too difficult. Matter of fact, it's one of his easier songs, and but it's part of the Target program at Totally Guitars, where we have 400 or 500 songs now of all different levels, styles, and eras even. So this is a throwback to the late 60s. If you'd like to see the lesson on I Am a Child, come visit us at Totally Guitars.